Hello, how you doing today? I'm PI187. Today, I'm going to be reacting to 12 beautiful towns to visit in Germany. I'll leave a link down below to anybody who wants to check out the actual video. If you want to give them a like for it or any of that stuff, I'll leave a link for that. But anyhow, let's just get into this. The 12 most beautiful towns to visit in Germany. And you can let me know if this is actually what you believe is the top 12, or maybe this is a little biased. Who knows? Anyhow, let's check this out.
Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video. Those of you who have Germany on their travel bucket list probably dream about those wonderful castles, the mountain views, the wild Berlin nightlife, or even Oktoberfest. But what if you venture off the beaten path?
That's nice.
So here are 12 beautiful towns to visit in Germany. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Oh, that is amazing. Whoa, I really like this. I like how the shadow or the reflection makes it look like a total circle. That'd ever look cool. Is that actually a bridge you can walk over, or is that just for looks? But that does look really cool. I really like that.
Now, before you even watch this video, don't forget to hit that like button, obviously for the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, you heard him. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, please and thank you. Anyhow, here we go, off to Germany.
Number 1. Oldenburg ob der Tauber. Oldenburg ob der Tauber is a town that fairy tales are based on. You'll find yourself transported into the world of the Brothers Grimm as you walk through the twisty streets of the old centre, which is full of immaculately preserved medieval buildings. Now, many of these are quite something and definitely worth seeing, so if you could spend just a little more time exploring them, you might find them extremely wonderful. Now, the town's unique appearance has made it particularly attractive for movie makers. You may recognise some of the town from both the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. Number 2. Inkelsbühl. One thing to note about Oldenburg ob der Tauber is that it gets a crazy number of tourists every year, especially during the summer months.
Just wondering, what are these? Are these just little shacks for maybe sheds or something? For like, what's the purpose behind these here? If you don't mind, let me know. People don't live there, do they? I think there's a chair sitting in front of that one. Just for like fishing or something? I'm not sure. But obviously it's on the opposite side of this wall, so it's just kind of weird. Or maybe, I don't imagine people living there, but you never do know. We have people just living on our streets now here in my town, so that's probably better than some of them are living.
That it gets a crazy number of
definitely a better view, that's for sure.
tourists every year, especially during the summer months and in December. But nearby Dinkelsbühl has all the charm, but without all the people elbowing you out of the way for that picture. This town is far less crowded than Oldenburg, and what this translates to you is that you're able to get prime people watching seats at many street-side cafes. Now, there's no better way.
I noticed the houses are very colorful here.
Way to experience German culture than watching people every day. The things that happen before your very eyes as you sit, relax, enjoy your afternoon cup of coffee, and enjoy a pastry or two. This is the town for you to do that.
Very nice.
Number 3, Lindau.
Lindau.
This town is located in the south of Germany, right on the border between Germany and Austria, and right on the picturesque shores of Lake Constance, otherwise Bodensee. Pretty much anywhere you walk along the water, you can look out and see the Alps off into the distance. At least, you can if your eyes aren't glued to the half-timbered houses and historical buildings of Lindau. It's a popular summertime resort, and with good reason. Plenty of outdoor activities, as well as wandering through the town. Next up is Cochem.
They're going through these towns pretty fast, but getting the gist of it. That's quite the scenery. Look at that, mountains on both sides. River going through the center. Beautiful.
Cochem is a tiny medieval riverside town that is absolutely idyllic. While taking in grape tours of the river valley, be sure to stop by and see.
Oh, I think I've seen that before. That is beautiful. Look at that. I just couldn't imagine living like, you say you live down here in these apartments or whatever these are, these places. And you could look out your window and this is what you're seeing. Like, that is amazing. I'm sure if you were raised around and lived here your whole life, you wouldn't even give it a second look, but you wouldn't realize how amazing this is to be able to look at something like this all the time on this beautiful hill. I'm pretty sure these are wineries, like vines for grapes and whatnot, I believe. I know you do a lot of wine over there.
Its towering castle with a 1,000-year-old history. The town itself boasts medieval town gates and beautiful churches, as well as those narrow streets and winding alleyways. Lined with restored half-timbered houses with slated roofs, you'll find many of.
Yeah, I remember talking about slated roofs. I was doing a video before. I was doing a lot of UK videos, and they had slated roofs, and I didn't know they were slated. Our roofs are covered in shingles here. You go buy them from the hardware store, come in packs of 25. Yeah, they're like yay long. You throw 3-4 nails in them, and you set them on top of each other. They're made with little stone dust on top of these like tarred sheets type deal. So anyhow, we don't really have this really around here, and I thought maybe they were cedar shingles, like cedar pieces, because just the way they're put in the same way as cedar would be done. But oh man, the comments I got on that, like I must just be handicapped or something, because they couldn't believe it that I didn't know that those were slated roofs. But it's like, we don't put slate on our roofs over here. I'm not saying there isn't some place over here, if you wanted to spend really good money on it and you wanted to have a slated roof, you probably could. But most people have now metal roofs are becoming the thing. A lot of people aren't even going shingle anymore. Shingle's a cheaper way to go, but a lot of people are putting tin on them or metal on them because it just lasts so much longer and puts up the value of your house, etc., etc. I have shingles. I shingled my house all by myself. Well, actually, my son helped me with some of it, but I didn't pay a company to come do it. A lot of people just pay someone to come shingle your roof for you, but it's like anything I can do myself, I do it myself. I don't pay someone else to do it, which is, a lot of things I can do myself, so not too often I have to pay someone else to do too much.
These wonderful places to see. Stroll through the historic marketplace and pop into one of the restaurants where owners will take the time to introduce you to some of the area's great Rieslings. This town is particularly perfect for those who enjoy drinking wine.
And also, I imagine slate roofs probably put a lot of weight on your roofs. I used to build trusses. If you don't know what trusses are, it's what's holding up these roofs. All the shapes of these roofs are from trusses inside them. Well, they are here in Canada anyway. I'm not sure how exactly they're done over there in Germany, but I'm sure you probably have trusses in your attics too, somewhat. They could look different than our trusses, but for about 4 to 5 years, that's what I did is I built trusses for roofs for building new homes. And yeah, they had them made specifically so that they could hold a certain amount of weight. And that's all I was just thinking is like those slate roofs must have been pretty heavy. But your buildings, I'm pretty sure, are built pretty strong, probably a lot stronger than our buildings are over here, especially with a lot of them being old. Um, Older things were built so much more quality than what the newer stuff's built. Like, as I've said before in video, this house I live in is over 150 years old, and I know a lot of these places are way older than that. Like, I had someone in my comments tell me their house was like 400 years old or something. That's just insane. A lot of history there. But even for over here, a house that's 150 years old is like old. Like, I got straw insulation in it. Everything in my house is hardwood. Even the 2x4s in the walls, they're actually 2" by 4" hardwood. They're not, you know, kill dried lumber, normal 2x4s that they sell now made out of pine. Everything's hardwood. My floors are hardwood. I got beams. Everything's wood, just wood, wood, wood. And then yeah, lath and plaster for the walls, and inside that was straw. So, and that's pretty old for over here in Canada.
Number 5. Ramz.
Ramz. I was going to try to pronounce it myself. I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been completely off. That's a really small little quaint town, isn't it? It's nice looking, though. I'm guessing this must be a graveyard by the looks of it. Yeah, that'd be a church. So that'd be a graveyard, I'm guessing. That looks like a... What's going on here? Is that a park, or...
If you're looking for a quaint alpine village to spend your days in, now look no further than Ramz. Although it's home to roughly around...
you know what's really blowing my mind? Now, it might not look like that this year. I don't know, because like they said, this video was made... Oh, no, I think my last video I watched was made during COVID. How green this is. So, I mentioned in a previous job, right now I do lawn maintenance. And I'm home early today, so I can make these videos. Not so I can make these videos, but that's how I'm able to make these videos today. Because our grass just isn't growing over here. It does not look green like that. Unless people are watering it every day or most days. We haven't had rain in almost a month here. We're supposed to get some this weekend, but they've said that 5 or 6 times over the last month. We're supposed to get rain, and it never happened. So it might not happen this weekend. So everybody's grass is brown, dead, not growing. I've had short days all this week because a lot of people don't need the grass cut because it just hasn't grown. Unless, like I said, unless they water it. And obviously nobody's watering this and this over here. This is because you're getting a lot more, obviously, rainfall happening. But yeah, over here in Canada, well, where I live in Canada anyways, I'm in Ontario, but I'm sure it's not everywhere in Ontario, but in the city I'm in anyways, no rain for a good month, and it's just been hot, like 30 plus degrees every day. So it's just burning the grass right off. And yeah, just amazed at how green your grass is over there. It's beautiful.
Around 3,000 people, there are tons of things for you to do in this area. Now, whether you're into hiking, skiing, swimming, stargazing, or whatever that is, just relaxing and feasting on German food is something that you can do right here. And yeah, that church looks quite nice as well. Straight out of a fairy tale.
That old town looks nice. That would be a nice place to tour. I honestly, there isn't probably any towns in Germany that I wouldn't think would be really nice to tour, though. It's so much different than the stuff that I see over here that it's just all so really nice and beautiful and so much history behind it.
6. Bamberg.
And I know I ramble a lot, I talk a lot. The doctors told me I have ADHD as a kid, so you know, take it as it is. I have a talking problem.
Bamberg became a UNESCO heritage city in the early 90s, and it's easy to see why.
I thought
giving
they
that
said Bamberg.
medieval architecture that presents itself in the old town. The city is spread over 7 different hills and is known for its arched bridges. One of the main sights to see in Bamberg is its unique rathaus. But you'll also find similar fairy-style buildings around the town. Check out the old court, which was once home to the bishop. And Bamberg is also well known for its numerous breweries. So if that's your thing, go nuts. Number 7. Passau. Passau is one of the prettiest and, let's say, best preserved medieval towns in southeast Germany and all of Europe. It's been dubbed the Venice, Bavaria for its idyllic setting on the Glossy River. Lovely Passau is built on a slender tapering peninsula, surrounded by 3 rivers, and at times it seems like they almost float above the water. With rows of pastel houses that line the banks of all 3 rivers, it's no wonder this place has such a reputation. A short hike will take you to the Westerhofer House, a 13th century fortress of turrets, walls, and towers. Number 8. Pritsler. Only 26 minutes.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that tower. That's pretty cool.
Drive away from Kassel lies the town of Fritz.
Sorry.
Only 26 minutes drive away.
We don't have them here very, like, to see a phone booth around here in Canada anymore. I don't know if this is really a thing over there anymore. If there's even, looks like there's a telephone in there, and I don't know how old this video is. I didn't really check when I started watching it, but because everybody has cell phones here now, they've pretty much pulled all our telephone booths out. Now our telephone booths never look this nice looking. That's a nice looking telephone booth. Ours looked really manufactured out of a factory type thing. It was just silver sides, glass, little plastic split door in the center you could walk in. Nothing this fancy by any means. I don't remember ever us having anything this fancy for a phone booth, but yeah, they've ripped them all out over the years. When I see one, which is so rare, it's just like, oh my god, there's still a phone booth there. And sometimes they don't even, there's just a phone booth, the phone's not even in it anymore, but you barely ever see one anymore. Like, I don't go across all of Canada, so I don't know. I'm just talking my area in general. But I'm sure that's a lot over here because everybody walks around with a cell phone in their pocket, so who uses payphones anymore? You know what I mean?
From Kassel lies the town of Pritsler. Scattered with half-timbered houses and having a marketplace that looks straight out of a Disney World theme park, it's hard to believe that this is a genuine town and not purely built as a tourist attraction. Pritsler has preserved much of its medieval architecture, including the old marriage house, dating back from 1580.
Wow.
On the highest point of the town stands a 12th century twin-towered Cathedral of St. Peter. A perfect getaway from the crowds of the major cities. Why not give it a try? Number 9. Quiddlingborg.
Oh, that went quiet.
The existence of
Quiddlingborg
can be traced back to the 9th century and boasts of the rare history of being ruled by women for 800 long years. Sorry ladies, those days are gone. It houses steep-roofed half-timbered buildings from at least 5 countries.
Oh wow, look at that door.
It houses steep-roofed half-timbered buildings.
That one. That's not nothing new by any means. That's got some history behind it. Look at that. I'm guessing obviously it had a second one of these right here by the looks of it, or something was there anyways, maybe to just kind of make it look a little more symmetrical, but somehow got ripped off.
From at least 5 countries, and a medieval old town, all still preserved in their original condition. How can I put this? If there was ever a contest for the most quaint town, the UNESCO World Heritage town of Quiddlingborg would be an unrivaled contender. Number 10. Heidelberg. Heidelberg is considered one of the most beautiful cities in Germany. It's easy to see why visitors flock straight for the castle, which is sat upon its throne on the hill. The picturesque castle, the old town, and the river Neckar, surrounded by hills, has inspired poets and artists over the years. Together with the Old Bridge, it is among the most impressive sights to be found in Germany. It's also home to Germany's oldest university. In the center of town lies the Marktplatz Square. Many beautiful fountains, grand period houses, cafes, and even more little shops. So here's a stat for you. Did you know that the largest barrel in the world is stored in the castle's wine cellar?
I did know that. I saw that in one of the other videos I watched. Yeah, it's massive. Are they going to show us?
Take a look.
Oh, yep, they're going to show us. Maybe. Oh, no, they're just telling us to take a look. But yeah, I did see the giant barrel. One of the other videos I watched showed it is insanely big.
Number 11.
You don't go small over there, do you? That is a nice looking place. Look at that. Wow.
Verigora. Verigora is an attractive town that's...
How do you say that?
Verigora.
Verigora. I'm still messing it up, but yeah, the W as a V is very hard for me. Verigora. I think it's close to what he said.
Verigora is an attractive town that sits on the northern edge of the Harz region. It makes an ideal base for exploring the Harz National Park, in addition to offering many of its own allures. It's famous for its unique architecture, with its town considered one of the country's most important landmarks. But it's also known for its dark history of witches as a former center for many followers of the black arts. So if there's any of you witches out there, this is the town just for you. Number 12. Marborg. The student town of Marborg lies about an hour north of Frankfurt and is a great choice for a day trip or even a weekend excursion. You'll be greeted by idyllic river views, a romantic city centre, countless bars, cafes and restaurants, and of course a castle overlooking the town from the hilltop.
Oh wow, that looks like a huge town. This is a big area.
One highlight is the Kaiser Wilhelm Tower.
Oh wow.
The tower, built between 1887 and 1890, is a popular panoramic view of the city and the castle. But just remember, climb is at least 167 steps. So if you're
Yeah, you better be in shape. Wow.
lazy, you better not go.
If you're lazy, you better not go. Wow.
There you have it, folks. 12 beautiful towns for you to visit on your next trip to Germany. Now, for all those towns that you haven't seen yet, they'll be coming up in the very next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. As always, be good, be kind, and be careful. Peace.
Okay, I'll leave a link to this video in the bottom. Yeah, it was pretty decent. Those towns all looked really nice. I think it's really amazing how almost every one of your towns has a castle sitting somewhere close to it. Like, you can see it from the town. That's so awesome. I know people have said before, like, I don't know why you think it's so cool or whatever to, these castles, but like I said, we don't have them here in Canada, so we don't have anything like that unless, um, I have Old Fort Henry close by, and it's like a military old place, and it was pretty cool. It's a tourist site people go to see, um, and probably the closest thing around my area, anyways, that we have of a castle. And then there's one, I believe, in Toronto that's more modern, made, maybe 60, 70 years ago by a guy who loved his wife or something and made it for her, and I think he died before he finished it. But it's not like a real castle like these ones. Like, these are all medieval buildings. It's just crazy. But a lot of the houses here are kind of almost medieval. Like, they got so much history that's old. Like I said, someone said in my comments they had a 400-year-old home, which is insane, because like, this place being 150 years old is over here considered pretty old. Not to say there isn't older ones, but like, it all depends on where you go, I guess. But yeah, they're always making new homes over here constantly. Um, we actually need to make a lot more homes too, because we're having a shortage of houses for people over here in Canada right now. We're not building them faster than we're bringing people in, which kind of sucks. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, I enjoyed that video. I will leave a link down below and name of the person that did this video. And if you want to go give them a like, you can. And anyhow, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and until next time, have a good one. Bye for now.